Hey, Pete, the last time you faced Arizona, Kyler Murray was not in the game. When you look at what he's done towards the end of this year, how is it different and how is it similar to what you've seen from him in the past?
Well, there's nobody like Kyler Murray in terms of his style of play. He's got his own uniqueness that jumps out at you. You can't deny it. And their offense is similar. They run similar plays and stuff like that. But the dynamic element that he brings to the game is really just very unique. And so it's his ability to take off and run on design runs, but really on the scrambles that makes it such a challenge. And so he's a fantastic football player, and I'm sure they're happy to have him back.
Bob?
Yeah, Pete. Any more of an update on Bobby Wagner and his status and whether he'd be able to play Sunday?
Yeah, I think you guys are going to get a chance to talk with him a little bit once you ask Bobby. But he's trying to get back and wants to see what each day brings to him. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that he'll have a shot to do that. But get it from him, please.
Okay. And then on Phil Haynes, obviously he finally got a chance to really play on Sunday. Obviously he's really just had a lot of injuries and stuff like that. But was this kind of what you always thought you might be able to get out of him?
Yeah, we hoped for him to be a real physical. But he played strong in school, so we thought that would be a dimension that we would get. He loves the game, smart, gets it. Good communicator and all that. So he played really well. It's been a long haul for him to get back out there, like you brought up, and so we're really pleased that he's gotten the chance to show that.
Tim?
Pete, how's Will Dissly today?
He's walking around kind of gingerly on it. He's got a sore foot, and so we're just going to go one day at a time and see what happens by the end of the week.
Okay. And then how would you assess Shane's season, both as a play caller, but also sort of coming and bringing new ideas in and the ability to implement those ideas into what you guys want to be offensively?
I think he's shown that to me, without reproach, that he has the scheme, he's got the principle, he's got the communication skills, he's a great teacher. The dynamic stuff that we can do when we give ourselves a chance is there. I don't think you could see. There's plenty of games during the year that you can see it, but I don't think you saw a better illustration than what happened last week. And that's the culmination of all of this work. We would love to have been that productive earlier, and we scored 9 drives in a row, so that's as good as you can do there in that stretch. But I think he's shown all of the good stuff that we needed to see, and I really like his ability to communicate with people.
Based on sort of the conversations you had that led to deciding to hire him, has he been able to implement pretty much everything that he wanted to your offense and being able to put it in even if it hasn't shown up on the field at times?
Yeah, we haven't executed as well as we'd like, but the scheme is there, and the style of play and the approach to it, the multiplicity, the tempo changes, all of those things we've done throughout the year. We just want to do more. We just want to get more out of it and be more productive.
Art?
Bobby Wagner has used his podium time to share things this year about other things he's interested in, non-football stuff, businesses, books, other things. He seems to be a real curious guy. Have you two talked much about non-football stuff over time? And is he one of the more curious guys you run into?
Yeah, we've really, because we've been through so much, there's so many conversations and so many topics and challenges and issues and stuff. Bobby's one of the first guy I go to, and so he will always bring you a really good perspective, and he's real consistent with his outlook. And so I know kind of how I can count on him, so he becomes a really great resource for me. And I've really hope to encourage him wherever he branches out, in relationships and in the community. And I've talked on, for him a number of times, just because he's exactly the kind of guy that people in the community would want to be connected to. And so I don't compare him to anybody, but I won't. But he's a very special person and with a very exciting future. Well after the game, he'll be really active and do a lot of great stuff.
John?
Yeah, Pete. Rashad Penny won the Player of the Week award this week. It seemed like there was a pretty big outpouring of teammates on social media reacting to it. How have you seen guys respond to the success he's had given everything he's gone through?
You know, there's a play in the game last week. He breaks it out, and the play, he put his head down, he was running, you know, and he gets knocked out of bounds, and he slides, you know, to the bench. And there's a moment there where there's about 6 or 8 guys that just all jumped to him in kind of a bevy around him to help pick him up, you know, that I thought was it was an indicator of guys, you know, connecting with him and cheerleading for him and excited for him and protecting him too. You know, they were maybe worried that, you know, something was wrong. That was just a vivid illustration. I don't know if that showed up in the TV copy or not, but it's on our film. And I've seen guys across the board be excited for him, and it's partially because he's such a good player and such a dynamic aspect of our team right now, but also it's because they know what he's overcome, and it's been such a hardship for him to make it through it, and everybody's cheerleading for him in that regard. So it's a really good story. He's a really humble kid, you know. He just doesn't seek any kind of praise or, you know, attention. He's just real quiet and goes about his work, and so guys have gone out of their way to make expressions towards him.
Mike, Sean?
Hey, Pete, I know you guys got a game left, but overall, what have you thought of the potential of your 2020 draft class?
Let's go back. Give me some names here.
Jordan, Carroll, Damian, that class.
Yeah. I think I said earlier, earlier in the year, referencing those guys because Jordan has been such a big factor and is going to be such a dynamic football player. We didn't know Darryl, you know, until now, till this season, but he has also been really an exciting part of the team, and with big future. I mean, he's still a rook right now. You know, you can still feel the youth in him and the growth potential and his ability to become more aware and utilize all his talents is coming. And Damian has been a rock solid starter for us, you know, and right off the bat. Just like his coaches said he would be coming out of school, you know, they said don't worry about him. He'll be able to play right away. I mean that alone makes that class a terrific class to me. So, you know, I think it's a really good group.
What have you made of Duane playing every game and how he's played this year at his age? Or have you been impressed by it or anything? And do you think has he shown enough to say he could play at this level for a couple more years?
You know, really, Michael, just today we're in walkthrough, and I was checking about this is his day that he does the walkthrough stuff, and I had the thought about how we have worked together, you know, with his input and the trainers and the strength and conditioning people, everybody working together to give him the right kind of runway so that he could be at his best. It was really the whole conversation through the off season, coming to camp too, you know, and was to make sure that we maximize his opportunity to be available. He's done a fantastic job. I mean, he's had a nice year in many ways. He's done some really good things to get better at stuff, technique-wise and schematically, that we're really excited about. There's no reason that he can't keep playing. I mean, if he wants to do it, I mean, which I think he does, I think he's got more playing in him. I wouldn't even put any years on it. He can keep going.
Thanks.
Jackie?
Hey, Coach, along the lines of Seahawks getting awards, just Russell Wilson getting awarded the Bart Starr Award. The work he continues to do in the community, where does he rank in terms of the players that you've had in the past and placing the importance of being out in the community and doing work there?
Yeah, you know, like I'm not there all the time when he's out and about, but I know right from his rookie season, you know, he jumped into helping at the hospitals and was made himself available just so, you know, so humbly and in such a, you know, consistent fashion that he's kind of set a tone for how he was going to take care of business, and he's only done, you know, extraordinary things since, much in the immediate community, but, you know, around the country and even globally they have programs that they're involved with. I don't know, he's been like the epitome of what you could do is you know, Ciara and Russ together are a real powerhouse of influence but more than the ability to be influential, their heart really seems to be in exactly the right place, and they've really exercised their opportunity to do everything they can. So I mean, I think he's just as good as you can get.
And then looking at the game this weekend, of course, winning is paramount, but are there any other objectives that you would like to accomplish this week? Is it just simply focusing on finishing out this season, or do you do anything to kind of look ahead towards 2022?
There's more than winning the game. No, we're going to win a football game and do everything we can to get that done. And to us, it is our last game of the year. We want to practice playing in the last game of the year and finishing with a win. You know, that's what we set out to do. That to get a championship opportunity, to really do it, you got to capture that last time out. And so we've made somewhat of an emphasis of that. So we can build from this and learn from it and try to grow and have some reference points when we come back around to it next time around. So it's a big deal, and we're going for it. We're treating it. You know, you heard me say it, but the whole idea all along the process is to get to this game so that you can play at your best and win the last game of the year. So I'm really excited about this opportunity. It's a terrific team, and you know, it's on the road. You know, we've played a Super Bowl there before. You know, so it's a big opportunity for us.
Mm-hmm. Greg?
Sir, with the impact he's had, have you addressed to Adrian Peterson maybe coaching the running backs or being on your staff? Is that an idea?
I did have a conversation with Adrian about being a coach, you know, and I told him when I was coming up, I never wanted to be a coach, you know, and so I kind of prefaced it that way and then led him into it that, you know, maybe someday down the road you could think about that. He wants to play, you know, and I don't know what his plan is immediately, but he would be an extraordinary coach, and he has all of the right kind of makeup and background and accomplishment that gives him a stature that few people could ever have in this business, and it's his work ethic, you know, all those things that he could transfer, and which we've already seen the impact of it, obviously. So, I mean, there's a lot of things he can do in the world. He doesn't have to be a ball coach, but he certainly would have a chance to be a great one.
And back to Tim's subject, when you look at Shane Waldron's entire first year and evaluate the whole offense, how much do you almost give it an incomplete because he missed his quarterback and his lead running back and all of those factors you thought he was going to have?
I don't know. I don't know about giving a grade like that. Do they still give incompletes and grades? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. No, I think we understand this season pretty well, and you know, we missed it in the third down area of our season as far as execution, and it really had a big impact on the season. Other than that, you know, the challenges of losing key players, you know, and guy, you know, Chris Carson was the guy that we were going to bat with, you know, starting the season, and not having him, and then we worked our way back from that. But and the quarterback issue that, you know, he's banged up for a month, and then, you know, you start over again with him. I mean, those are real stories, and you got to try to find your way through them, and we dealt with them, and but I don't think we missed the opportunity to learn and to grow and to get the messaging across and the principles and the philosophy of what we're trying to do. And you know, I think you can see there's enough illustrations in our play this year that you can see exactly where we're heading. And so I think he's done a great job in that regard. So I'm not giving him any other grades, and I'm not giving him any grades at all.
Thank you.
Jen?
Along those same lines, statistically, the NFC West is the toughest division in football. They've scored the most points. They have allowed the fewest points. The point differential is markedly different from others. Does any of that factor into the way that you would evaluate the season?
Only in that we've, you know, over the years we've contributed to all of the hirings and the really the need for the acquisition of talent to get it to this level, and you know, we've been part of that thing the whole time, and it's a great division to be in, and this is a division that really should born a champion, you know, because of the level of competition week in and week out. And so you know, I hate that we're not on the top of it, but I think it's a big part of, you know, the challenge of being successful in this league is getting through this division, and it couldn't be any better than that. It's what it should be.
Masvita?
Yeah. Hey, Pete.
Yep.
Kyler Murray was pressured just 5 times and 41 dropbacks last week. I'm just wondering, so he was in a clean pocket. Just what does that do to his mobility and, you know, the danger that he presents when he's in that clean pocket and he's got a good offensive line taking care of him?
Well, to some degree, he doesn't have to run. That's not a bad thing necessarily. But you know, they've done a nice job protecting him. They're in sacks, they're in pretty good shape right there for the season. he's got such a style about him. He's really quick with the ball when he needs to be, and then he's resourceful as can be when he has to be, and otherwise. And so all of that plus a good solid effort by their guys up front makes it really difficult, that was a good game for them last week, and he just has so much magic in him that you just have to just kind of deal with it. But certainly every QB ever wants that kind of protection,
Thanks.
John?
Yeah, Pete, Chandler Jones, I think, has like 15.5 sacks against you guys in his career. Just what about him makes him so difficult to deal with?
He's an amazing player. I've been really influenced about his play this year in that how hard he plays so consistently, throwing his body around and just so wildly going after it. He had the big start to the season. Maybe he had 5 sacks in the opener, and so everybody's given him every bit of attention you could possibly get. That doesn't help him when you start that fast. Everybody can't miss. The chips and the extra linemen and every back going hitting him before he gets out, all that kind of stuff. But he's just an incredible athlete. He's so long and lanky, and yet still quick and explosive that he just beats guys, and he's really a problem to block in any kind of combinations, run and pass. So I've really been impressed with his effort. His motor really showed up this year. I don't know if maybe I missed it in the past, but I've been the most impressed this season.
Bob?
One more on the offense. I think you're averaging 170 yards rushing over the last 5 games, something like that. How much of that is just Rashad and maybe the line? And is it just kind of the working together, or is there something that's really made that?
No, really, Bob, I really thought that our guys were blocking well earlier in the year, and we weren't taking advantage of it as much as we needed to. And you could see it because we did change schemes and change some principles and stuff. And I just thought that you could just see our backside stuff was really effective, and we just hadn't really cashed in. And Chris took advantage a few times early on, and we got going, but we just didn't quite hit it. And then when Rashad jumped up, he really brought it to life, and he really has a great knack and a great sense for finding the running lanes. And then he has that burst to take advantage. He's not making 5 and 6; he's making 10 and 12s, and with the chance to pop it. And he's really added to it a tremendous amount. So it's the working together, but it was there. I've been saying it for months. It's been a couple months that I thought we really had made a big advancement. We just hadn't been able to cash in, and so I'm thrilled to see it now.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
See you.